Hey everyone, welcome to another video by the Hasty Train Maker, Bruce Nadeau. What I'm going to be doing here is showing you how to fix a broken, well not broken, a destroyed board base. I had my cat jump on a board that I made and cracked it into about, no lie, 20 some pieces by the time it fell and hit the ground and splintered. So what I'm going to do is take that base and show you how either you can use it for a different display diorama, or if it didn't bust and you just lost a lot of stuff off of it, kind of like, as you can see coming in, a lot of the, in here a lot of stuff has come off. I've got some glue exposed up here on this side where there was a track, and you can see right down in here these were all broken pieces, so I've gone over already and painted it. I was going to fix this up, but thought I would decide how to do a video. Also, you see how this tree here is far from blended in? It kind of looks like it's just plopped there. It doesn't look really good. I'm going to go and show you how we're going to mix this in as well at the same time and get a nice looking diorama going and fixing up some broken pieces. So what I'm going to be using is, once again, dollar store PVA glue. Oh no, I lost my bottle of watered down PVA, and I'll have a few different kinds of turf to work with, blended turf, and I will also use different thicknesses of coarse turf, mediums, lights, and that way we'll build the texture up and it won't be just one feature and one dimensional. Alright, so we're going to get going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my phone down to a lower level so you guys can all see what I'm doing. Don't want to lose my piece. So generally what I would do is, if I didn't have the tree on here already working on to go around, is I would take my PVA watered down glue and I would, oh, why is it sticking? I would give it a light mist around the areas that I've already done that are showing, because we need to get back over that. We want to tie it all back in. We don't want to have ugly, disgusting pieces of paint underneath showing. What are you doing, Boo? Nothing? You want to get on the video? So I'm going to cover this side. That was really bad from where the cat knocked off stuff. And the one thing you're going to notice, I didn't see on the other side, get lost, Oliver, is you're going to see like some big gaps like that, and that obviously doesn't look like a natural formation, so we'll hide that up and try to get rid of it. So apologies, that wasn't light enough. That's just basically reactivating some of what I used. So let's give it a nice good heavy coat to reactivate this stuff here, guys. Okay, so I've got this reactivated. I'm going to go with what I would like to use as my blend here, my highlight. So I'm going to go and I'm going to make sure I mix up the turf that I'm going to use. I'm using a mixed turf on this by Woodland Scenic. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over lightly where I want it highlighted. I'm going to go up into the, let's turn this around here a bit. I'm going to go up into the tree. You can see where I've already started my highlights here covering up. So I want to go up and over and tie it into the tree. So I'm just going to bring it over into areas so I see it's not too great. Now it's kind of been pulled apart by the board of falling. I'm going to kind of just quickly go in all around. Don't be afraid to line up. I'm going to actually want the PVA grabbing this time really nice and good. I'm going to turn, keep on turning around, looking for areas that I want to highlight. Let's get some more on my spoon. I find I don't like too much. I like to just go level or a bit less than this, because I find what happens is if I got too much on my board, then it's just going to end up, or on my spoon, it's just going to end up being uncontrollable and unmanageable. So I notice on part of my board over here, I need to get a little higher in. I'm not able to get down, so I'm just going to pick this up and try to go underneath areas. So, okay, so let's put this in here and give you a little bit of a look. So I just lift it up in here and see how I'm brought it in, and now it's covered over here. I did the same thing right over here, and as I come around, you're going to see right in here, I'm going to start doing the same coming down, as there's a lot of knocked off turf, and I usually put mine on pretty good and to keep it from, you know, falling off. And I wanted to take abuse. If we're going to play Warhammer on here in Wargaming, it needs to be able to take the abuse of a table being played on. So for this to actually fall off and really come off hard, you definitely know my cat got it well. Highly suggest don't do these with trees on top of here first. This I was kind of stupid on trying it that way, because it makes it harder to turn around and lift up on areas that need to get covered that are just on bad angles. Okay, so I'm slowly going around, bloop, 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 bloop. Perfect example of an area that's going to need to be shown better. See right in here, I'm not sure how well you can see. There we go. I start seeing some of the paint under here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in. I'm going to give a bit of an angle up, bring my spoon in, and then just tap it down to cover. There we go. Now it's not just going down and falling and missing over those pieces I didn't have covered. I'm going to have to come in here, do the same thing. I've got the tree crazy glued down really good, so I'm not worried about the tree coming off the base at all, just because I knew I was more than likely going to have to take this approach of working around the tree. And I think I've got almost the highlighted areas covered that I want to go back over again. Alright, I'm just going to come, yeah, there we go, perfect. I've got those highlights in where I wanted them. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to... Oliver! Now you're just doing that because I'm filming and you want to try to get on there. Let's stop. Sorry about that, guys. I have a child who thinks he's the celebrity here. And okay, so now I'm just going to... Since I'm just repairing this, I'm just going to give a light highlight over here. Just want to kind of blend this back into the original color I had. I'm going to get back in and around. I'm just covering up, trying to blend like I did in my one video of how to create making bases. I'm using the same technique. I'm going to get the colors on I want. I'm going to get it covered up and over. And then I'm going to try to work quick here because I don't want it to seep in and then not be able to work with it. Okay, so I got it over the areas I want. I'm going to take a nice piece of paper that I've been using for my other project. I did. I'm going to slide it under here, and I'm going to try to shake off any extras. What I'll do is, because this is some of my blended in, is I'm going to take my sheet taken, folded up, and re-added to my blended turf because it's actually some of the same blend that's already in there. So basically, I've now, if I want to just let this sit, I'll actually just stop this camera for a second and turn it around for a different angle. Alright guys, so here we go. I do see some areas, that I need to touch up a little bit here. Like this corner needs a little more done. So what I'll do is I'll just take the one I was using for the highlight underneath. I'm just going to give it a little more crisp over. I want to leave these sides bare for now, because what I'm going to do when we come back is I'm going to end up putting some more foliage and stuff on here. I see that area didn't take when I flipped over. So just quickly tap that up right here. And don't worry if some of this is coming off and not sticking, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a nice good coat in a second. Don't be worried if you're knocking around some of this, your turf around in your block. It's actually going to not do too much of a damage. You can hide and clean it up and fix it up with some shrub. So I did that. I was about to say I'm going to turn the phone around and start filming from the other direction again, but I hit the the stop button too quick. So see now that we're starting to tie the colors in from the other angle, but we still have these huge gaps on the bottom. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my glue. I'm going to flip my tree up a little bit so I can get the board on. I'm going to start going around the sides here, and I'll show you in a second. And the reason I'm using glue, I've done this before, mixing some trees into broken bases, so that's why I'm actually doing this video right here. I find this gets into the groove better and going to hold your highlight or base a bit more when it goes underneath. Also, what we're going to do here, I want to just blow a little bit of that off, is I'm going to actually come back with a little bit more. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I've been using for shrub of late, bring that over here, and some foliage. I'm just going to tie it in with the same foliage I was using up here when I made my trees. So I'll kind of hide some of that, you know, bulk of the hole. See, as I'm coming around, I'm going to take some more, push that down in there. I'm going to take a little bit of block and kind of try to blend that down a bit. So what we're doing is I'm coming in around, I'm trying to hide any traces of this tree sitting up and out. Kind of like how you're getting up and around here. We're going to do the same right over here. We're going to take some glue, put it around. We're going to try to get it to go up a little underneath. And I don't want to have complete bush and shrub around here. Killer dog, killer dog. So yes, you are already a star on some of my videos, aren't you? Oh, Jackson, I threw it in between the box and the door. So, yeah, can you get that for? Yes, so before I got attacked by a killer collie, as I was saying, I don't want to have bushes going all around this tree because it's just not natural. And yes, I did try to use, well, not did try, I did use some of the PVA water down glue to go around here. But that was just to kind of start building a layer up. What I want to do now is I want to come up with a few, two or three colors here and kind of highlight through and blend that in and build up right in here. Let's see if I can get this closer. I want to try to build this grass up so it looks like it's just mounding over and going right in. And this is where I'm going to come in with some of my fine turf, and this is my weed, not my fine turf. Where did I have that when I was showing it for the last video? Ah, there we go, coarse turf. So we're going to come in, take it, and just kind of, that just gives it a little more of a tie-in, texturing. And it doesn't look completely unnatural. So let's get this in nice and tight. You see how that's now starting to blend into the hillside? Now, this, let's get my, you won't have to worry about the glue in here. That is going to seep in. It is going to end up turning white. I'm just going to take a bit more because I am working slow here for the video and kind of get that soak down in this area, because I do want to have my coarse turf interblending. And hold on, guys, the dog, before she jumps up on me, needs to go after the ball again. Not sure if anyone's familiar with border collies, but they will run back and forth non-stop chasing the ball. So see there, I want to try to get some bit of a texture in here as we're blending it through. The more texture that we get in, the better it is. And I think she's got the ball down by my foot, so let's, oh, didn't go too far. So we're going to end up having her coming back. Okay, so down near this bush right here, once again, I'm having the same problem. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to add any more bush to this, but I am going to give, oh, that just didn't go in here far enough. I'm going to give some coarse flock now, coarse bush, or so a little in here to give it a little, two different colors. I want to give it not just one monotone look to it, because there's not one monotone color. So as we're coming around, you start seeing we're tying this tree in. Now we're coming around again towards dip, and this is going to be a problem. So this is where I'm going to take my glue, go directly underneath, and let it just seep. See how I'm trying to let it just seep underneath there and kind of run a bit? I'm going to take a little more grass, or grass block. Try to just get a little bit underneath in here. So it looks like that's underneath. And I'm going to take some of this bush that I was working with. Actually, let's go a bit more in here. And I'm going to just kind of, I'm sticking this down. I'm going to try to push it underneath a bit. I want to give this a little look of being level as it comes down and around. So over here, as I'm going in, I can see I need to go a little bit more in. See how that's slowly disappearing? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little more glue here. Just wait, Daisy. I'm going to just add on some of my lichen to the section here. Lichen and some bush, kind of give it a, there we go. Now it's starting to look like we're just bushes running through. I need a ball if you want me to throw it. There. So I've got one other color that I'm using currently, and let's find it. Oh, I'm using it. Oh, there it is. It's quite a bit of a lighter blend of turf. But what I want to do is I want to lightly brush it on the top here. Look how we're just now getting this looking really nice coming through. My tree no longer looks like it's unnatural. And some nice foliage. So you're going to notice a few of the areas you went over. You might have not gone heavy enough with your turf. That's fine. I'm going to actually take advantage of this to use a few different other colors to kind of blend in. And oops, grab some for my coarse turf. Kind of want to blend that in. So yeah, now you're not seeing, oh, I dumped that into my coarse turf blended, or my flying turf blended. You're not really going to be seeing too much of that break anymore. I'm just going over, kind of taking some color, tying in what I think needs to be more contrast. Again, those areas I went underneath with the glue, the reason I did that is now that it's sliding in further, it allows me to come back and look where I can tidy up some more crack. I think right there I'm going to just add a bit of bush, excuse my arm. Instead of using lichen, I'm going to go use some medium bush, and I'll take a lighter color over it and just give it a little bit of a dab. Okay, so basically now, if you take a look at around the tree, you're not seeing any of those ugly gaps coming in. So, but I still have my little tree sitting there with the same problem. Once again, we're going to repeat. Already I'm seeing some of my flock drying down. I don't see where the dog's ball is. Oh, careful, Oliver. I'm just going to spray around here. Sorry guys, I had a kid's meltdown, and here is my little sucky butthole again. So as I was saying, I need to fix up this tree, but oh my goodness, she just climbed right up on my lap. So wanting to love. As I was saying, my flock started to dry up enough that I couldn't quite get what I wanted going down. So I'm going to just give it a blow, because I forgot to add some water, or just a drop of dish detergent to this. And oh my goodness, this is not going to be fun. I might have to, ooh. Okay, so I'm going to go over, I'm going to kind of come down from around the tree base on this one while I'm getting puppy kisses. So, and that what I'm doing here is I'm kind of just making it look like it's a bit of a hill rise on here. I'm going to try to give this a bit of a shake. I don't want to shake too much and lose my foliage. I need to still lock down. And now that I've got down around the base flocked, and it looks like, oh thank goodness, some grass coming down, we still need to blend it a bit more in with some other foliage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to once again pick up the foliage I was using, some of my waste from other trees and mixture. Throw the ball for my dog and almost hit my wedding shit, and my wife will kill me. I'm going to take some of my coarse foliage. Oh, I do not want that. I don't usually want to get too much on here. I try to feather and just get the light stuff off. Come around, come underneath. And I'm trying to make sure I'm getting more near those places that are upraised. So in that way, I'm just not having that huge contrast of up and down. So we're going to come around, move this around a bit, and mix in some extra color for extra texture to hide. So I'm going to just give this some shake so we can have it coming in. As you can see, it no longer looks as much of a mound of just being plopped there. And what I like to kind of do is take fine weed once I'm close to being done. I just like putting a little bit on my spoon and just kind of sprinkle into random directions to kind of give it that one little darkness to it, and kind of looks a little more texturized. So I pretty much got that done. I'm going to use my weed here and just go over a few spots I still don't quite like. And once I finish this little part, I will take my block or my PVA water mix. There we go. I'm going to take my PVA mix now, and I'm going to, I don't want to get, I just want to go really here because I don't want to move all of this fine or rough or turf off of here. And now I'm going to lock this all in. I'm going to lock my bushes in. I don't really want too much bush down on that side. I'm still debating as we're talking if I'm going to just put a little more. Oh, my poor keyboard's taking a beating on this corner. I usually don't flock like this. Oh yes, and here's my shrub, a little bit of shrub as. So I'm going to just come right in here, kind of try to make this one meet up with the other that's beside, and I'm going to just let this small one bush I started over here run into the other. Alright, so we're going to start, come underneath here, rolling onto what I want. I'm going to, and with the amount of PVA just spray down, lock the rest in, I'm not going to worry too much about trying to lock this into place because I'm pretty confident that the glue is going to stick nice. Actually, the only area I am going to is this that's a little uprised. There we go. Oh, oops, and my papers I used for fixing my cigarettes have just got stuck down. Great. There's a wasted pack of 4 or 5. Well, not a wasted pack, but there we go. That went down quite a few papers. Hopefully I won't have to fix any cigarettes up in a bit. I tend to have kids that like to break things. Alright, so I've got this all done. What I'm going to do is flip the camera around and give you a nice view. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much going to let this dry now. As you can see, I've given my different type of feature on the terrain. It's no longer flat and more built up. You can no longer see in along this tree, kind of looking like it's just been AWOL and stuck up there, and this tree's a little more tied in. And the reason, like, again, I went darker doing that is this could be brush that's fallen in around the tree and collected for a while. This is just a little bit of water still sticking in it. And yeah guys, so this is how to fix up a base, or same technique to fix up a gaming board if you happen to have an animal destroy it. Cheers and thanks for watching.